Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. My name is Prince and you are watching the Tech Stream. In this video, I am going to give you a detailed and in-depth review of the OnePlus 8T. I have been using this device from last 3-4 months now, and I'll try to cover all the pros and cons of the device, and I'll tell you why it's the best phone in the market for a lot of users. I bought the device somewhere around October 2020 and it has been 3-4 months since I have been using this device. I bought the 12GB RAM and 256GB storage version in lunar silver color. I'm not going to talk about the specs and design of the phone because there are a lot of videos available on YouTube right now for that. But I'm going to tell you about my experience with this phone. So let's start with the color. I really love the lunar silver color and it has a nice clean matte finish. The other variant, which comes with aquamarine green color, had a glossy finish and that's the only reason I didn't go for that color. Now let's talk about the software of this phone, Oxygen OS. So the phone comes with Oxygen OS 11 out of the box and it is very close to the stock Android. But with Oxygen OS 11, OnePlus has copied a lot of features from the Samsung One UI, and this is why the OS 11 resembles a lot like Samsung One UI. And many people hate OnePlus for this because they like the stock Android experience, and OnePlus was one company that was known for providing that stockish Android experience. But I personally think Oxygen OS 11 is good as long as OnePlus is not bloating us with some shitty apps, which they have also started now. Apart from that, Oxygen OS 11 is the most fluid and fast UI in the market. Fluidity and responsiveness are the key factors in the OnePlus devices and they provide a really amazing user experience. The updates are also quick and speedy, and I have received 3-4 updates till now since October 2020 with tons of optimizations and some newer customizations. Now the one thing that I like about Oxygen OS, apart from its speed, is the amount of customization that it provides. Like the system-wide dark mode, always on display, fingerprint animations, horizon light. And it's not like that OnePlus has added a lot of customization just for the sake of it, but they only add those features which are required, useful and voted for by the community. Then we also have the gesture support on Oxygen OS. We have the famous 3-finger screenshot, double tap to wake, and 5 other remappable lock screen gestures. Overall, I really like the Oxygen OS 11 because of this new look and feel, and the ease of using the device one-handedly, and finally the responsiveness and fluidity of the UI. But it still needs some more polishing to be as good as and fluid as Oxygen OS 10. Now let's talk about the display. The OnePlus 8T comes with a 1080p 120Hz OLED panel. The 120Hz refresh rate makes it more fluid on the UI while swiping or playing games, and the build quality of this panel is just amazing. You can also change the refresh rate to 60Hz if you want to save some battery, but you don't have any option to switch to 90Hz, and I think 90Hz would have been a better middle ground option for a lot of users to save the battery and also have the fast refresh rate. Apart from this, OnePlus has opted to go with a flat screen rather than a curved one. Now it really comes to a personal preference on whether you like the flat screen more or the curved screen more. I personally like the flat screens more because they are better and easier to use as there are no accidental side touches. The flat screens are also cheaper to replace because of their design, and they are also less prone to breaking. Now the colors on this OLED panel are vivid and vibrant. The photos and videos look really punchy and sharp, and you can also change the colors of the panel according to your needs. Watching and consuming content on Netflix and YouTube is amazing. You get super accurate colors with good viewing angles. It's not the brightest display in the market, but still has some good brightness. And I never had a problem looking at the screen in extreme sunlight conditions. One another feature that I like about OnePlus is that the phone also reduces the screen contrast in extreme sunlight conditions so that it's easier to use the phone. Now let's talk about the processor that is powering this device. The phone comes with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor, and this processor is blazingly fast. You can run any apps and games without any jitters or lags. The performance is top notch as expected from this processor, And I mean, everybody knows about the speed and performance you get on a OnePlus device, so you don't have to worry about performance here. Gaming on this phone is just perfect. FPS shooter games like PUBG and Call of Duty are buttery smooth. You can run PUBG on Ultra HD graphics on this device, and you can also run PUBG on this device at 90 FPS if you lower the graphics to smooth. Comment down if you want a 90 FPS PUBG gameplay and battery test on this device. The phone heats very little while gaming, so it's not going to bother you. And the phone also has famous Fanatic mode and game space to block all the notifications and minimizing the RAM for other applications, so you could have an immersive gaming experience. And the performance of this device on day-to-day usage is very fast and clean. The Snapdragon 865 chipset and 120 GHz refresh rate on this device takes the UI to whole new another level. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cameras on this device. 8T comes with 4 camera module. The main primary lens is f1.7 48 megapixel shooter, and then we have a 16 megapixel ultra wide with a 123 degree viewing angle, and finally we have a 5 megapixel macro camera and 2 megapixel depth or black and white camera. The primary and ultra wide lens, which are 48 megapixel and 16 megapixels, are really good, sometimes even great. The main camera saves 12 megapixels by default, though you can also use 48 megapixels also, and the default 12 megapixel images from the main lens are pretty good with excellent contrast, punchy colors and commendable dynamic range. The sharpness and details are also good, but they could have been better. And for that I use Gcam with the OnePlus 8T. Gcam takes the photos to whole new another level. It fixes the problem of fewer details and less sharpness. Comment down below if you want a full Gcam versus OnePlus cam comparison video on this device. Now OnePlus has really improved on the nightscape mode. The photos are able to retain a lot of details in the darkest of areas. Their colors are well preserved and the contrast is also excellent. And the photos are sometimes even better than Gcam. So really good work there by OnePlus. The 16 megapixel ultra wide photos are softer than those coming with the main camera, and the noise levels are also a bit high. Photos still lack details and sharpness, especially around the edges. But this camera comes with a 123 degree viewing angle, which is a lot, so it's really good if you want to have a lot of subjects in your image. Now let's talk about the 16 megapixel front facing camera, which can capture decent selfies in daylight with good color reproduction, and we are able to click bright and clear selfies in backlit scenarios also. However, the facial features are brightened and oversaturated, and it can look unnatural at times. Now let's talk about the 5 megapixel macro sensor and 2 megapixel depth sensor. These two cameras are just bad and completely shitty. The images with the macro sensor have good details, but the colors are blown and washed out. It's better to use the primary camera to click the image and zoom in to get better details and better colors. And same goes for the 2 megapixel black and white camera. You can just click the image with a primary lens and convert it to black and white to get a better detailed image. I don't know what was the point of these two cameras. OnePlus should have gone with the 3 lens setup with third as a good telephoto lens and not with 4 mediocre lenses just to increase the number. Now the video on 8T supports 4K recording at 60 fps. Video stabilization is also good, and you can capture steady handheld videos through the primary lens because of OIS and EIS support. In broad daylight, the videos will come out to be detailed with good dynamic range and color accuracy. Overall, the cameras on the OnePlus 8T are good. They are not as bad as some other reviewers are showing it on YouTube. And with Gcam, these cameras can even become great. So comment down below if you want a proper comparison video of the OnePlus cam with Gcam. Now let's talk about the battery. The OnePlus 8T comes with a massive 4500 mAh battery, and the battery life is just superb. I get easily 7 to 8 hours and sometimes even 9 hours of screen on time on a 120Hz refresh rate. It easily lasts me the complete day, and it's one less thing to worry about. On top of that, you also have 65 watt warp charging, which charges a phone from 0 to 100% in less than 40 minutes. The charging on this phone is blazingly fast, and I've already made a video of the charging speed on the OnePlus 8T. You can find the link to that video in the description and I button on the top right corner. The OnePlus 8T has been one of my favorite phones of 2020, and that is the reason why I use it as my daily driver. It is a complete package which offers everything: fast display, good battery, super fast charging, immersive gaming experience, and even great cameras when used with Gcam. The only thing I would suggest is that don't buy this phone if your main priority is the camera. Just go for a Pixel 5 or Pixel 4a. Overall, OnePlus 8T is a great phone. It's definitely flagship material. It looks very premium and it also has 5G if India comes up with 5G in 2-3 years. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you liked the video. Smash the like button if you did. Comment down which phone you are using as your daily driver. Subscribe to the channel for more tech videos. Thank you for watching.